Hello everyone. So today we'll be discussing about the largest rectangle in the histogram algorithm. Yep. So see, let's see what the question states here. Sorry, let's see what the definition part says here. The largest rectangle in a histogram problem finds the maximum area rectangle. What it does, it finds the maximum area rectangle that can be formed using the contiguous bars of a histogram, right? Mainly that can be formed using the contiguous bars of the histogram. Each bar has a fixed width. Each bar has a fixed width of 1 and varying heights. Each bar has a fixed width of 1 and varying heights, right? So this is it for the uh, definition. So one thing we have to notice that each bar has a fixed width of 1 and varying heights. Heights will be varying, so we can just consider any example for the height, but each bar has a fixed width of 1. They have strictly mentioned here. So this is very important. Yeah. The largest rectangle in a histogram problem finds the maximum area rectangle that can be formed using contiguous burst of a histogram. Yeah. Finds the maximum area rectangle that can be formed using contiguous bursts of a histogram. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Each bar has a fixed width of 1 and varying heights. Yep. Each bar has a fixed width of 1 and the varying height. It's as simple as that. Next, let's move on with the algorithm explanation. Yep. So we will be making use of the monotonic stack for this. Yep, we'll be making use of the monotonic stack for this. We will be making use of monotonic increasing stack just to store the indices of the bars, right? So whatever the height that we consider, so height of the bar actually, with the width 1, exactly 1, right? They have strictly mentioned actually, right? Each bar has a fixed width of 1 and the varying heights. Yep. So we have to this one, what do we call one thing, we will be making use of the monotonic increasing stack to store the indices of the bars. Yep. So we have to store the indices so we can get the element, right? So we will be making use of the monotonic stack for that. Yep. So the stack always keeps the indices whose heights are an increasing order, right? The stack always keeps the indices whose heights are in increasing order, right? So that's what the stack does. This is the reason we are making use of the monotonic stack. Yep. So the stack always keeps the indices whose heights are always in the increasing order, right? So when a smaller height bar appears, we pop the bars from the stack, right? So we have already solved the many problems using stack. So this is what we do actually, right? So we will be popping all the elements that is not required accordingly with the requirement, and then the element that is present at the top of the stack, we will return and remove that one at the end. Actually, that's what we'll be doing, right? Usually when a smaller height bar appears, we pop the bars from the stack. Each popped bar becomes the smallest bar of the rectangle, right? Each popped bar becomes the smallest bar of the rectangle. For each popped bar, for each popped bar, width is calculated using the current index and new stack pop, right? So area, we will be going with a formula height into width, and after traversing all the bars, we pop the remaining bars and calculate the area similarly, right? After traversing all the bars, we pop remaining bars and calculate the area similarly. So we will be going with this formula, area equals height into width. Just remember this. We'll be going with this formula, area equals height into width. Yep, just remember this. Yep, so this is as simple as that. Yep. So first, accordingly with what we have discussed until now, algorithm explanation, right? Accordingly with what we have discussed, let's write the code accordingly with the algorithm explanation. Then we can just try run the code, and I'll explain there as well. Let's discuss there the other things that are required. Actually, we'll be discussing there itself within the dry run or while dry running the code. Yep. So this is fine. Let's write the code accordingly with what we have discussed. First thing, let's go with our input. This one example input. Yeah. So I'll just go with int h equals. So let me go with. We have to go with a varying heights, right? As per the definition part, I'll just go with some random numbers. 215. 6 2 3 yep, so this is fine. 6 elements are more than enough. So next we'll be going with the number of bars. So we will be making use of the height, sorry, length of the this one h that we have considered. So I'll just assign to the variable n. Yep, so this will be h dot length. Yep, so this is fine. Next, what we'll be doing, let's go with a stack to store the indices. Let's go with a stack to store the indices. So I'll just go with stack. Let me go with the integer, this one. Yep, I'll just go with new stack. Yep, I have successfully completed the this one. What do we call? Mm, this one syntax actually. This is fine. We have to store the maximum rectangle area somewhere. For that, let's make use of the variable max. Let me initialize this one with a 0. Yep, it's as simple as that. Next, let's iterate all the bars. Right, iterate all the bars. So let's move on with the for loop, or let's move on with the iteration part here. We'll just go with I equals 0, I less than n actually, I plus plus. Yep. So within the for loop, first thing, we have to go with the height of the pop bar, right? So we will be checking whether stack is empty, and so that we can uh, remove remove and return the this one top element that is present at the stack, right? The element is that is present at the top of the stack actually. So I can just write it in this way. Just now we discussed the same thing within the algorithm explanation. So I'll just go with s dot is empty, and let me go with h of this one s dot peak actually. So this is fine. This is fine. Hmm. If it is greater than h of I, if it is greater than h of I, yep. So let me do one thing. Yeah, this is fine, man. Yeah, we have to go with the height of the pop bar. So I'll just go with height equals h of s dot pop actually s dot pop. So this is fine, I believe. Yep. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now let me go with a width. So for width, I'll just go with a w variable w. So let's write the simple if condition. So width spans from 0 to I minus 1, right? So width completely spans from 0 to I minus 1 as per the discussion. So I'll just write the simple if condition here. See, if stack dot let me go with the is empty, not the size man. Is empty operation that is provided by the stack. Then I'll just assign the w to I. Yep. Else, else, let me do one thing. Width between the current index. Else we have to go with the width between the current index and the this one stack top. So I can just write it in this way. W equals I minus s dot peak. Actually, let's make use of the peak operation. Peak minus 1, right? 0 to I minus 1. Yep. So this is fine. Yeah. Then what we will be doing, we have to update the max area. If we find the max area, we have to update the max area, right? That we have to do. I'll just go with a mat dot max here. Mat dot max. So max comma. Let me go with a height ht into w, right? Ht into w. So this is fine. Yep. So this is it for the code. So let me come out of this one entirely, out of the for loop. So first, what I need to do, so we have to push the current index. We have to push the current index. For that, I'll just go with a s dot push here. So let me go with a I. Let me go with I. So this is fine. Yeah. Now let me come out of this one entirely. Now let's go with a while loop. While loop. So I'll just go with s dot is empty. Let me go with s dot is empty. Yeah. So within the while condition, I'll just go with the height equals h of. So let me go with the s dot pop. Yeah. Let me go with the s dot pop. Yep. So this is yeah. So let me go with width. So then let me go with the simple if condition here. S dot is empty. Yep. So this is fine. So I'll just assign the w to n, width to n, right? Nothing but the length of the height. Yep. So I'll just go with the else w equals length of the height minus s dot peak here. So we'll be making use of the peak operation, peak minus 1, 0 to n minus 1, right? So I'll just go with the peak minus 1. So this is fine. Again, the same thing, we have to update the maximum value. So I'll just go with the max equals mat dot max of max comma height into w. So this is fine, I believe. Finally, what we need to do? Finally, what we need to do? We have to print the final answer. So I'll just go with the system out println here. So let me pass the max, right? So we have to find the max area, right? So we have to find the max area. Let me do this one. Yeah. So this is it about the code. Let's check whether we have any error here. So this is fine. Hmm. I think we are good with this. Yeah. We have written the code accordingly with the algorithm explanation, right? So let's do one thing. Now, before running the code, let's dry run the code so that we understand the coding part, whatever we have written. Also, will be understanding along with the example actually. Yeah, the same thing actually. We'll be understanding the code better, right? And also we'll get to know what answer that we need to get. Yep, let's do that. So here we have went with 215623 as per the example. Heights we have considered 215623 and the width is fixed. So this is nothing but the index part. 0, 1. So this is mapped to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 as well as the 5 width, right? So this is again the same thing. Height 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, 3, right? So you can clearly see the bars actually. Yep, you can clearly see the bars. All we have to do is we have to calculate the maximum area, right? Accordingly with the question. Yep. First, what we'll do. So we have to go with the stack and area of flow, right? So we have to go with the stack as well as the area of flow. Let me mention here stack and area flow. Yep. So this is fine. First, let's move on with the iterations part. Yep. As we are dry running the code. So when I equals 0, actually, when I equals 0, what happens? So stack initially stack will be 0, this part. Yep, initially it will be 0. Yep, stack, so I can just represent in this way. Stack consists of 0. Yep, so this is fine. Now when I equals 1, we will be moving towards the first iteration, right? So we'll be moving towards the first iteration. When I equals 1, we will pop the 2. We will pop the 2 actually. We have the element 2 here. We will be popping 2 actually. So I'll just write, we can accordingly with the code that we have written, will pop 2. So area will be area is calculated by height into width, right? Height into width, right? So height is 2 and width we have fixed width actually, that is nothing but 1. So we will be going with 2 into 1, nothing but 2, right? So this is for the first iteration. Then we will be going with the second iteration actually. Yeah, so when I equals to 2, now stack consists of two elements, nothing but, we are not going to pop anything. We are not going to pop anything. Stack consists of the two elements, nothing but 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2. Next, let's move on with the this one third iteration, nothing but here I equals to 3. Stack consists of one more element, nothing but here in this case 1, 2, 3, right? Stack consists of one more element here, nothing but 1, 2, 3. So I'll just go with the elements 1, 2 as well as the 3. So this is fine. Next, what we are going to do, so let's move on with the I equals 4, right? So let's move on with I equals 4 here. Just give me a second here. We'll be going with I equals 4. So we have to pop 6, right? So we have to pop 6. Yeah, we have to pop 6 here in this case. Yep, this one. We have to pop 6. So this is fine. The element this one. We have to pop 6. So area will be this one. What do we call? 6 into 1, right? So height we have 6. Height we have 6. This one we are considering 6. And the width we have considered 1, nothing but 6 into 1, it will be 6. Yep, so this is fine. Next, what we will do, we have to pop 5 as well. We have to pop 5 as well, right? So what we will be doing, area will be equivalent to 5 into 2. So we are considering this one as well as this one. We are considering this one as well as this one, right? So now, as we are considering this one, width will be 2 actually. As we are considering two things, width will be 2, that will be 5 into 2 actually. So we are considering this part actually. Yeah, so let me draw this one. We'll come to know this part actually. Yeah, we are considering this part. Yep, so this is fine, I believe. So we will be going with 5 into 2, right? 5 into 2 as per the explanation. So this will be 10 actually. So this is the maximum value that we have found so far. This is the maximum value that we have found so far. Next, what I'll do, so next let's go with I equals 5. We still have the this one height of this thing left, right? So what we'll do, we still have the height left. So I equals 5. Now the stack consists of this one. Now we will be going with the stack actually, which consists of the elements 1, 4 as well as the 5. 1, 4 as well as the 5, right? 1, 4 as well as the 5. So this is the end. So this is the end. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can clearly see this one is the end actually. So process remaining. no larger area. We haven't found any large area, so we'll not be updating the max. So the max value that we have got here is 10 actually. You can clearly see here the max value that we have got is 10, and we have to return 10 as the output. We have to return 10 as the output accordingly with the code that we have written. Yep. So this will be, I'll just mention here itself 10. Yep, we'll return 10 as output. So this is how we will get 10. Yep. So accordingly with the code that we have written, right? So let's run the code. Let's see whether the code works correctly or not. So let's try to run the code. Let me run the code. Let's wait for some time actually. We have to get the output 10, right? Accordingly with what we have discussed. So this is fine. This is simple. Anyways, let's wait for some time. Yeah, we are getting the output 10 accordingly with the code that we have written. So whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct actually. We have already, we had dry run the code. Yep. So we had dry run the code. So this is fine as well. Now we are almost done with everything except the part complexities. Yeah, we are left with only the complexities part. Let's discuss the time as well as the space complexity for the code that we have written. Yep, let's do that. So what's the time complexity and the space complexity here? The time complexity would lead to big of n. Why it would lead to big of n? See, the time complexity would lead to big of n because each index is pushed and popped exactly once, right? Each index is pushed and popped actually exactly once. So overall time complexity would lead to big of n, and the space complexity would lead to big of n as well. The space complexity would lead to big of 1 as well because stack stores the indices. Stack stores the indices. So I'll just give here stack. This stores actually indices. Yep. So overall space complexity would lead to big of n. Big of n. So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to big of n and big of n respectively. Right. So this is it for the largest rectangle in the histogram. Yep. So we are done with the stack concepts, man. Almost we are done with most of the important algorithms actually. We are left with only one important algorithm, nothing but valid parenthesis. We'll be doing the same thing. We'll be discussing about the same thing in the next video. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.